technical issues. So we're going to go ahead and start the final table, and I'm going to try and work through those. Hopefully I can get it going. Yeah, so we'll see. I hope we can get it done. It's like not a quick fix,
congrats once again. Thanks to everybody for coming out. Let's go ahead, shuffle up the deal.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? How are we doing today? Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Alex Optional. We are here for some final table action. The Fall Harvest Series Senior 50-plus event. 10K guaranteed. We are down to 9 players. And we are going to get cards in the air right now. Good luck to all the 9 players remaining. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get to it. Scott waking up. Very first hand. It's going to open it to 6,500 here with the pocket 10s.
Registration is still open in this event for another 3 hours. We just kicked it off. So another one.
This was a $300 buy-in tournament, 10K guaranteed. We had a total of 43 players that entered this tournament. AC going to call in the small blind with a Queen 9 of Hearts, and we head to a flop King 7 Deuce Rainbow.
Check, check.
Scott with the continuation here for 12,000.
12.
AC gonna think about it for a sec, but I'm assuming. Oh, he's raising. What a sick raise here. He's got double backdoors, backdoor hearts, backdoor straight draw, which Scott is heavily blocking, but he's gonna raise it up to 31.5, and Scott's gonna make a call. A good call by Scott here. What a sick turn card for AC.
Check.
That's the nut turn card. He checks it, gets the check back, which. Good for him, but unfortunately he does whiff the river, and pocket 10 is going to be good. And the ace 9 into the muck without showing the table. What a sick turn card. I think, I'm going to be honest, AC, I think I barrel that turn with such a glorious turn card. There's a look at our chip counts. Scott now in the chip lead. I'm not sure if he was before. He was close.
Big blind 2-2.
This is event number 4, I believe, of the Fall Harvest Series here at Prime Poker Social Club. Yes, event number 4. We do have a 2-week-long event going on right now. We'll definitely take a look at the schedule here in a little bit. You might have just heard in the background they were announcing the start of our $300 15K single day event. Started at 6 p.m. tonight.
Right.
It is underway. You have until approximately 9:15 p.m. Central Time to make it into late registration of that event. AC taking that one down with the raise from the button. We're not used to such small numbers here on the final table in terms of chip stacks, but we're here to the final 9 in level 10, I believe it was. Yeah, level 10 make it to the final 9. These seniors don't mess around. They're getting it done. Getting it done quick. Hopefully quick enough for me to enter that 15K, because that's my goal tonight. Love to play that event.
Raise 8,000.
Ace King for David in seat 6. Gonna open it up here. Get 8,000 to go.
Fold.
Oh, and Scott waking up again with a monster. The pocket kings.
8,000 total.
Asking how much. There's a 4x open here over the 2K big blind. We're going
Raise
to
39,000.
raise it to 39,500
Fold.
or just 39,000.
That's all right.
39.
Both of these players playing above 100 big blinds effective in their stack.
Go.
David making the call, and we are going to a flop. Ace King of Spades versus the Pocket Kings. There's an ace in the window for David.
Check.
Scott hating that flop
35,000.
with his pocket magnets. He's gonna let it go. I think he turned him up too. Yeah, looks like it. Showing the Pocket Kings, making the folds. Good folds. Ace King shown as well. Nice friendly game here.
He called my. Yeah. I knew he had it. Let him go. Not easy.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
We're going to fold around to the
Raise
cutoff here.
10,000.
Z's going to open to 10,000. We'll see his hand in just a moment. There it is, the Pocket Aces. And unfortunately for him, no one wanted to tango. Lots of chip spreads there from 47.5 to 260,000. Quite a disparity there. Disparity? Is that a word? I think that's a word.
Always fast.
It sounded weird when I said it. Don't know why.
I think I'm probably the oldest one here.
Oh. Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know if it's good.
Raise 6,000. Fold.
King Jack for John, gonna open
Fold.
to 6K. David, I believe just making the call.
Call. Call. Alright, 4 players.
Small blind, big blind call as well. We're going to a flop.
Check.
Okay.
Check. Bet 11,000.
Got a bet from David here on a 2-heart board with the Ace Jack of Hearts. He's going to bet 11,000. C4 shifts immediately,
39,500.
wasting no time. Only 39,500 total. Makes the call. Apologies for the graphics being so terrible.
Alright.
Oh, Steven flop trips here. Wow, he's got the ace-3 of clubs.
Yeah.
Pause while we catch up here. So then David makes the call. All right, we're caught up. We're going to run it out. Ace-3, trip threes versus the ace-jack flush draw, and he's going to hit it immediately. He's an ace-6 or deuce. Oh, he gets the deuce.
Wow.
What a river for for Steven. Pardon.
Nice hit.
Sick river card.
You got it.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
That puts Steven right there in the middle of the pack. Just over 100,000 now in chips. And 50 plus big blinds.
Lines up next hand, Adam. 15,000.
All right. This hand or next hand?
Got the ripple before I said that?
No, I hadn't.
This hand.
All right, 3,000. 1533. Fold. 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 Raise 6,000. Fold. 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 Call. Fold.
I check.
Heads up. Check. Check. That's 6,500. Call.
Check.
Check. Air force. Air force. Fold. 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 Fold.
Just put something cool. That was in my sleeve.
Coach in the cutoff here, going to open up
Ace up your sleeve.
Call.
or limp along. Pardon me. Blinds are up as well. 3K. 15, 3, and 3.
Call.
Call. Check.
I have a friend with me. Hi, friend.
Greetings.
Welcome.
Free player.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
It was so lonely before.
No, it is not.
Well, it's less
Okay.
lonely.
Oh, okay.
Still lonely, but slightly less.
Fair enough. Fair.
4-3 and 4-3 for David and John.
Looks like whoever's gonna bet first is gonna take
That's
this one,
7,000. Fold.
and everybody's gonna check to coach, and she's gonna take
I'll
it.
show that one on TV.
Easy game.
Folded 10-6.
Sorry, we shared it.
No,
He told us not to.
Yep. Too late. Sorry. Just look at the chip counts there.
just 2 games.
Scott and David are neck and neck at the top, 19%, 18%. John is at the bottom of the leaderboard with just 4% of chips in play.
200 big blind.
But still, you know, over 10 big blinds
Absolutely.
with this glorious structure that we have. Lots of playability when it matters most. That's the goal.
The guy who made the structure must have been like,
Stop it.
good. at
Just
his job.
stop it.
Fold. Fold.
Open up a little bit there, Scott. 8-3 suited. It's pretty nutty.
Stephen with ace-5 off in the cutoff. He
Chips.
he just
incoming.
got a nice double up.
Did
I
he?
just noticed he's wearing a Phillies shirt too.
he?
Yeah.
Call.
I have a friendly wager plus 130 for Diamondbacks. So Winston.
Check.
Oh, I forgot they're playing tonight. This is Game 7, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
Winner advances. It's crazy. Both LCSs went
Bet
to
6,000.
Game 7s.
Yeah. And Paul gonna bet there with his 4 high and take it down. Nicely done. We've already seen a couple bluffs. I actually really like the bluff that AC made in the very first hand. He had Queen 9 of Hearts. And he only had 2 backdoors. And he check raised flop. Got a glorious turn card, the best turn card ever, and didn't barrel the turn.
Damn.
Oh, just do it. It'd be so good.
Fold. 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 Fold.
Come pick my slot.
Let it go. Got some stick on my hand.
Raise. 7,500. Call. Heads up.
We've got a hand brewing here. Oh, Jack High flop. Domination Nation
Bet 7,000.
for Mr. AC.
Paul does have some backdoor straight opportunities
Raise.
with his 7 there. AC's going to raise it now, though.
All on.
And Paul just ships it.
Wow. Snappity snap snap.
He's going to need those runners that I was talking about, or a 7. He's got 15%. That's not going to help him.
7 and a 7.
Oh my goodness, what a river! That's disgusting.
Oh, commentator's curse.
Wow. That was dirty.
I apologize, AC. There was no ill intent.
62.
Wonder why I told so much. It's just crap like that.
That's
That is going to leave.
King get.
That might have earned you a dealer recommendation.
You promised it to everybody, don't listen.
After that.
Don't question a good thing, sir.
Stop it. Don't act like you knew what you were doing. Let's take a quick look here at the schedule for this series that we are currently running. The Fall Harvest Series.
The winner gets the
You are watching event number 4, the Seniors 50 plus, 10K guaranteed. And running right now in the room, as I mentioned earlier, event number 5, the single day no limit hold'em, $300 buy-in, 15K guaranteed. You have about 2 hours, a little more than 2 hours to get into that tournament.
Fold.
If you would like.
Guarantee is on.
Pay rent. Fix his car.
15,000 smackers guaranteed in that prize pool. Just a $300 buy-in. Great, great value.
Fold.
Alex, how did you end up in this event? I didn't.
He ended up in here.
In here.
But the good news is
I didn't
he
fire.
didn't lose any money.
Thank you.
I lost money in cash, but
Oh,
just barely though. Coy, how you doing, brother? Thanks for hopping
Manage your
in.
partner getting it in with
Welcome,
top.
welcome.
I mean, what's he thinking there?
No, I don't care.
Yeah, he should fold it next time.
Yeah, top. What, five hands into the final?
so
table?
I was talking with a couple of the players last week before the series started about the seniors event. You know, just trying to pump it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Make sure that
3 and 3.
all of our regulars are coming out to play the event, and any critiques or anything that they had on the structure or anything that they think would work better in terms of a better turnout. And it was said basically, well, I mean, it's literally just going to be our daily tournament that we have at noon every day.
Just the crew.
Without Jackson. I was like, well,
That's funny.
That's fair.
Oh, well. Good luck.
The regulars minus Jackson. John Shippen here. First hand that he's been able to play with his
Ooh, might get a call.
12 bigs.
Might get a call.
38,000.
He's got pocket sevens, and if
Scott
Scott
has the chips to call.
he does, and he's got an underpair, he would have
Call
There it is.
38,000.
a lot of work to do. Chris getting out of the way. And we are going to flip them cards on their backs.
All right, let's see both hands.
Scott with 18% here.
That is less than the 82% that John has.
Slightly
For those of you wondering at home.
for you mathematicians.
Oh, that is nasty. Even it was at the bottom. The dealer had to dig for
Yeah.
the card.
The
Oh,
little bit of extra
no.
suspense there from Mr. Pearson. That's disgusting.
And that is going to do it for John, eliminated in 9th place. Players did make a deal to pay 7th, 8th, and 9th $200 of their initial $300. So those players will get a little bit back.
And there's a look at the rest of the payouts. Once we get to 6th place, it'll be $650, and on up to our first place prize of just under $4,000.
Originally, it was over $4,000, but players did
But
make
they
that
made
deal,
that deal.
to pay.
A weird day with Jackson sitting
The
next to our
extras.
table.
That was actually the first time that that graphic showed up on the screen, and it was kind of perfect timing.
Fold. Fold.
Alex, when you are of age to play these type of tournaments, will you?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yo yeah. That'll be an interesting.
22.5. Total.
It'll be an interesting dynamic because
Fold.
just the way that poker has gone. Let's watch this hand real quick because AC's all in with his ace 10 offsuit.
Ooh,
23K.
you might get a call.
I call it.
Call.
Yep.
Coach calling with the king jack of hearts. Very live. A little 60-40 for us here.
That's 40% of a royal flush.
That's true. Unfortunately for her, if she were trying to hit a royal. Oh. Oh, never mind. Sorry, I thought she hit a queen. King or jack for coach. There it
Oh.
is. Man, those rivers. Those
Commentator's curse.
rivers.
AC, the last one you can blame on me. This one you can blame on Alex for the commentator's curse.
Listen, it's our job, bro. I don't know what you. There's no curse.
Hmm.
We just gotta say it.
All right.
Looking bleak for a second.
We are just speaking factual things.
Yes.
Jacks.
Yo, yeah. AC taking 8th place for $200.
Good at
was-
showing, as always. Guy's always running deep in everything he touches.
Indeed, he is a fellow St. Louisan.
For you, not for me.
Yeah. Obviously, everyone knew that. They didn't know that.
No.
Down to 7. That was quick.
I did just find out that I get to go to the Show Me State
Fold.
to see my favorite NFL team play on
Nice.
Christmas Day.
Oh yeah, I heard about that. That's dope. That was a
Raise 7,500.
birthday present.
Christmas present
Christmas
for my
present?
wife.
It's not Christmas yet.
But the game is on Christmas Day.
7,500
Oh.
total.
Yeah,
That's pretty sick.
yeah.
Fold.
She should have not told you.
Well, she tried not to, but
That'd be really hard to
the
get
thing
you
is,
to
exactly,
get all the way to
because
Kansas City.
it started as, hey, we're just gonna go surprise your family in Kansas for Christmas. And I just was like, I mean, I just really don't want to. You know, we have 2 small kids. You know, that's like an 11, 12-hour
Yeah.
drive. Like, and then she's like, yeah, but how far is it to Kansas City? I'm like, why would we go to Kansas City? And yeah, I kind of forced her to tell me without
Yeah.
actually forcing her. And then I was like, oh, yeah, definitely. We're going to
yeah, we're
Kansas
going.
City.
The kids will be fun.
Yeah.
King Jack versus King 10 on a king high board.
Yeah, that spade on the turn might slow things down a hair here.
Not looking like it's going to. It slowed Paul down. Paul was the aggressor on the flop, and he folds.
Wow. Snap.
Wow.
No thinking. He had his mind made up. I bet he's
He
going to win it.
really did. Wow.
The best hand.
That was the best hand.
Look at the VPIP. For those of you who don't know what VPIP is, it stands for voluntarily put in pot. That is the percentage of times that the respective players have voluntarily placed their betting units into the wagering circle.
The wagering circle. I've never heard that one before. You say betting units all the time, so I would,
Right.
which I think is funny, and that's good.
Well, I mean, that's what they are. They're not.
They are betting units.
They're not
yeah.
dollars. They're not, don't have any monetary value. They're just units that
Most people call them
people
chips, but
place
that'd be
wagers with.
fun. Yeah. Into the wager circle.
Oh.
A limp from the small blind with Queen 7, David. Got a pocket pair, gonna raise it up.
A pocket pair and the chip lead.
13,000 both.
That too. Takes it down.
That is not going to change this hand. Oh, David no longer. That's right. Scott eliminated, or got that big double through.
No,
It wasn't
no,
a
Scott.
double.
No,
He-
Scott was
he
the one that
eliminated
just won.
John, and then he won another big pot
That
with
hand,
King
yeah.
10. Yeah. Scott now our chip leader.
Yo, yeah.
Fold.
King Jack offsuit for Scott. His 90 big blind stack.
Just
Raise
90 bigs.
9,000.
3x open.
Is that pretty standard so far with this table, or
Yeah, it's definitely opening to larger sizings. It's been a couple 4x's, a couple 3x's. Let's take another peek at our schedule here for this series. Event number 6 is what I would like to draw your attention to, starting
tomorrow?
tomorrow. The kickoff event is a $300 buy-in, 100K guaranteed tournament, multi-day event, flights at 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday, with a turbo flight Saturday evening at 10 p.m. and a turbo flight Sunday morning at 9 a.m. Day 2 Sunday at 2 p.m. and the final table will be streamed here on Monday at 6 p.m.
Raise 9,000.
Scott waking up with another monster here. Ace Queen going to open to the same amount, 9,000.
Wow.
Fold, fold, fold.
No opposition yet.
Oh, sorry about that.
See with the pocket pair going to make the call.
Silent assassin.
That was a terrible accent.
Okay.
Z still with the best hand,
Check.
but not excited
That's 16,000.
about that flop. He's going to c-bet 16K into 22.5 with his Broadway draw. And that's going to get it done.
Still on that run.
Did you ever like to see
Hanging in there.
3-bet from Svi there pre-flop with the 2-7 big blinds?
No, that's a hand you want to just call because you're getting a really good price to call because you already have chips in the middle.
Right.
And so you make the call and then hope to flop a set.
Fair enough.
Simple as that.
Fair enough.
One thing I have noticed, I think people over 3-bet with like middling pocket pairs.
Right.
way too often.
I mean, in position or opening, it's a different story, I guess. But 3-betting
Correct.
is definitely a tighter range. Speaking of those middle pocket pairs, 2 8s for Steven. Going to open it up here to
21,000.
21,000.
Fold. Fold.
King, queen of diamonds for Chris. He's going to put the call in, and we're going to go head up to a flop.
All right, heads up.
Basically flipping here. Jack, 3, 4, 2 hearts.
Check, check.
Check, check. 6 of hearts on the turn. Steven still with the best hand, and now a flush draw to go along with it. Chris is firing out with king high here. He's going to bet 12,000. Steven is going to make the call, and we are off to a river. That is a queen, and Chris is now in the lead with that very sneaky air bet on the turn. Drills top pair on the river.
12.
Bets 12, and
Call.
Steven makes the call before
Showdown.
Chris can even get the
A king
chips
or a queen. King, queen.
pot.
Bones, what?
There's another look at the payouts there. Just about 4,000 up top for first place.
Fold, fold. Fold. Fold, fold.
Jack
Raise
10
9,000.
for Scott in the small blind. He's going to put some pressure on Chris in the big blind with 10-5 offsuit. Probably going to take it down.
A lot of expression.
But the cool thing about 10-5 is that you can make every straight with
Land
that.
them both in here where I don't.
Yes,
Crap.
except the 9 high street.
You're the focus.
I call.
Can't make a 9 high
He's
street.
got a
It's
good
impossible.
landing spot for the release. So
He
it's like
does.
getting-
This is
getting-
fine spot right here. Right?
Oh.
This is like
Because you must play your best hand, and the best hand
Yes.
there would be a
Because
10 high
anybody
street.
want to put
I was
give me
actually,
the
someone schooled me on that very recently. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
might have.
Little fun fact.
Little factoid.
you're going to the fountain.
Fold. Fold.
Paul looking to raise a Jack 10 offsuit.
Raise 7,500.
I love Jack
Call.
10. I really do. It flops pretty decent, especially if it's suited, obviously. But every hand flops a little bit better if it's suited, generally.
Yeah, I don't often play Jack 10 if it's offsuited.
What about King Queen of clubs for Coach, patiently awaiting Chris to make a decision on King 10?
Fold.
That's such a pretty hand.
That
Suited
is a
Broadway
pretty
cards
hand.
are just so pretty.
I'm wondering if multi-way that hand would lean more towards a 3-bet squeeze. But I think the
Raise from
calling,
hijack, call on the
Check.
button, and then she's in the big blind. G3 bet there.
I'm thinking maybe multi-way, but
11.5 thousand.
it's definitely not
Right.
bad to call really any
Fold.
suited combo in the big blinds whenever you're closing the action. She
Call.
is going to flop best here and pray to not hit 2 pair.
Heads up.
Here for
Check.
Paul, which might slow him down. It's got some showdown value now.
Check. Check. Check.
And Coach going to win it with her pair of
With
queens.
a king.
Kings, pardon.
Yeah, I think both players just want to get to show it down there. They're never putting any more chips in the pot, I don't think.
Yeah, with that ace there.
Right.
A little scary. Scott, as you could have guessed, here with the highest hands played. Highest number of hands played. I didn't say that. We'll move on.
Not necessarily the highest number of hands played, but it is the highest number of all of the participants in which voluntarily placed betting units into the wager circle.
What I said worked just fine. It just wasn't elegant.
Actually, I don't think you were right there because you said the players who have played the most hands, and I don't think VPIP is necessarily who's played the most hands. I don't think those things always correlate.
They do if the players have all played the exact same number of hands, which they have because it's on the final table.
Heads up.
Because it's a percentage of your hands played. So if everybody's played the same number of hands and your VPIP is higher, then that means you played more hands than everybody else.
Just in case you're wondering, guys, it's 15K.
Aces for Paul.
I'm gonna have to.
Jack 10 for
I'm
Scott.
gonna have to phone a friend and get back to y'all on this one. Oh, aces! How did we miss this?
I didn't. You were just talking about the VPIPs.
Oh, okay. I'll quit trying to be something I'm not.
No,
Stop
no,
talking
it's
about
okay.
math.
It's okay. We're having fun. Jack 10 gonna smooth call here on the 8 deuce deuce.
I do know that 7% next to Scott's name stands for the probability of him winning this hand.
That is the worst turn card that Scott could have seen.
Yes.
Now his top pair.
20,000. Raise.
Because, oh wow, raise all in,
Puts
snap.
them all in. He has 2 outs here.
He's Jack.
Since the board is paired, he can't hit his 10. Only a jack.
He does hit his 10.
He does.
Turn that knife.
No good. Yeah. And Paul
500.
now with 200K and I believe the chip lead. Oh,
Not quite. Neck and neck. Scott now drops to 4th in chips.
But man, look at the. I mean, they're all
Yeah.
within
Nice hand.
20K
This is
of chips of each
anybody's
other.
tournament.
Steven down there just chilling at the bottom with 2% of the chips,
Hey,
but still alive. About 7 bigs.
You want to talk to Adam, we need to talk to me, amization.
That's right.
No, I'm not negotiating with Z. That's a losing proposition right there.
All right, last hand at 3,000 big blind.
we did hear just a minute ago in the background on the microphone for the PA system in the club that we are running a Dealer of the Series promotion. Alex, tell us a little bit about that.
Dealer of the series, we have a comment box, I believe, at the podium. If you play any of our events and you feel that any of our dealers have done an outstanding job, then feel free to write their name,
9,000.
write a little comment, tell us what they did, and management will deliberate at the end of the series, and whoever has the most praise from players in the room and also just from what our floors and management see here, they will receive a free main event
Blinds up, 2,
buy-in
4, 4.
from the club, which is exciting.
Yeah, so one of our fantastic dealers here are going to get a play free roll into our main event, $600 buy-in tournament. They'll be playing for 50%. They'll have 50% of their action, and the other 50% will be awarded to the rest of the staff that was working for the entire series. So not only does the dealer of the series have a nice little sweat, all of the other staff has a nice little sweat too. You know, 60,000 first place cash. You know, half of that going to the staff for the tournament. That's going to be a significant
be
increase in down rate. You know,
Quite saucy. So we should really put our best player
Oh, so you're saying that because you think you're our best
I
friend.
never said that.
That's what you said.
I would.
You had a smirk on your
I
face.
would like to put the best player, whoever it is. We can vote on it.
Yeah,
Whoever
yeah,
it
yeah.
is.
No, I mean, so the cool thing with that is whatever dealer happens to win this promotion. We'll take a pause on this and look at this hand here. We do have an all-in. Steven, his tournament life is at risk with the dead man's hand. Just going to flop the world.
I'll do.
Uh-oh.
He's got a few outs.
That is not one of them.
Wow, everybody had themselves.
The leader didn't change, but the rivers are still saucy.
Yeah, yeah. A little full double there for Steven. Now has 14 big blinds. Going to be looking to do that a couple more times.
Playability is all he's asking for. We got it.
Absolutely. Back to the dealer of the series promotion.
I've already crashed.
They did the 50% of their action that they win to the main events is theirs to do what they wish with. They can pick another player to play for them and give them a 30% stake.
Give them 25%.
You know, whatever.
That'd be interesting.
So it's theirs to do what they want with. If they don't feel that they are quite as suited to play as maybe another person, then they can give it to them. But it must be a staff member. It has to be a staff member.
Oh, we can't just
call Phil Augie. No.
Yeah, Daniel Negreanu.
Right.
Hey, come win us some money.
Ace 7 for Chris. Looks like he's going to come along with a call under the gun +1. Not sure how I feel about this call here. I guess it's not the worst play in the world.
He's got some chips there. He's been relatively quiet so far.
Some maneuvering possibilities.
Check.
Paul and Z both called here. We're unaware of their hands just yet, but we'll catch up in a moment. Gonna bet 12K.
Here, looks like we're getting caught up here. V has 10-3. Paul has top 2.
Just top 2, that's all.
And
Chris in rough shape.
Yes.
Call 12.
The turn is a. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought the turn was out. Now it is.
Check.
5 of diamonds.
Chris drawing dead after the turn.
Wow, and Z would have hit 2 pair here.
Yeah. Running 2 pair.
Missed it by that much.
I'm glad he was on screen when that happened. That was pretty funny. Missed it by that much.
I think this is genuinely just one of the happiest final tables we've ever had here.
Yeah.
Because everybody's happy. They're just happy to be here.
Chilling, having a good time.
I'm very glad that I was able to put this event on for this series. Everybody always asks me and wants me to do them, and historically they have not been quite as successful as some of the other events that I've put on. But I put it in here this time due to popular demand. We had a good turnout.
And it did well, yeah.
Did well. Got to see all of our regulars minus Jackson. What do you think Jackson's odds would have been in this tournament had he been allowed to play?
3.
3? Okay. I don't think those are odds.
I don't know. I felt like it was an impossible number to throw out, so just gonna.
Fair enough.
Call. Fold.
Hearts.
4,000 right here.
Hearts and clubs.
Oh, good.
Call. Fold. Call.
Under the gun, Jack 10 of hearts. I think I'm probably min-clicking at the least there. What about you?
24,000.
Because now you have to worry about a back raise here, which you just saw, where that ace-jack offsuit in the big blind may have just been a call had you opened.
Or if you 3-bets, you can
Get away from it. Right.
Yeah.
He gets away from it anyways. Keep in mind here, Chris does have the lowest VPIP percentage on the table. So
VPIP percentage is redundant. It's like ATM
You're
machine.
accurate.
No, it's not actually. It's not redundant. It's
Oh, it's
voluntary
not,
placement.
V pip.
Dang it.
V pip.
V pip.
Better than mine.
The V pip.
I think you had something you were thinking.
Yeah, I didn't have a great time.
It's like
But it looks like
V-
a squeeze, so I have to think
V
about
pip.
it. Yeah.
like
Good squeeze, Ace Jack is a good squeeze.
Malfoy saying Potter.
The extra emphasis.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That meme?
Yes. I definitely have.
Love that meme. I love Harry Potter.
I do as well. I'm actually with
Let's go to Harry Potter World.
with my lovely wife. We are rewatching all of the series
Right now?
right now.
Nice. I just finished it like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. So it's kind of tough because like we have to wait until the kids are asleep.
Yeah.
And, like I'm at home and not at work, and she's not busy.
So y'all have been watching it for like 3 years now.
No, it's actually only been like I think we started in September, like the middle of September maybe. We are up to the Half-Blood Prince. That is next.
I think that might be my favorite movie.
Oh, it's the best by far.
That one or Prisoner of Azkaban?
I
I think I like Prisoner of Azkaban so much because I was like so attracted to Hermione.
Yeah, maybe so. See, oh wow,
What a flop.
what a flop.
Open-ended.
Open-ended for Scott.
You go, you go.
3 9s for Chris, and top pair for Steven. Little bit of something for everybody here is what we're getting at.
The C-bet from Scott. Keeping it small, 9,000.
Which is not terrible. He is open-ended. Does have outs, not as many as he like.
Raise.
That was just a grab and chuck. I bet you Chris couldn't tell you how much he raised there if you gave him $1 million.
It was 65,000.
Saying before.
Oh,
Before the announcement.
I would agree. I think Scott just has to fold here. Given Chris's table image
Yeah.
and the
Good fold.
unknown amount of chips
Unknown large amount. There was a lot of
that was
of
just
chips. Big raise.
thrusted into the
Chris.
the pot there.
Happy to take it down. There were 2 clubs out there. I don't blame him for raising. Probably go a little smaller, but that's all right. Maybe he meant to go smaller.
Who knows?
At least that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
We can tell him 30. Yeah, definitely. I folded 10.
Action now to Paul with 8-9 offsuits. 4-5 offsuits. Svi, both of those hands in the muck.
Raise 9,000.
Scott gonna bump it up to 9,000 on the button here with King 3 of hearts. Chris is just now looking down at Ace 10 of hearts.
Oh.
Announces call. Coach has kids in the pool. She's gonna throw in another 7K to call. Or 5K, excuse me. Queen, 4, deuce, 2 spades.
Check.
Nothing for nobody.
Check.
Like we see, what? Checks around. King on the turn is going to give Coach and Scott's top pair.
Check.
And we'll
Bet
give
15,000.
Chris a Broadway gut shot.
Call.
Getting the right price to peel a card for that gutter. Deliberating about it. I think it's the right price here to call. Look for that jack on the river.
You guys be nice to me when you watch this on the...
Well, he does let it go. He said, "Be nice to me when you watch me."
Heads up.
Nothing wrong with the fold there. You just had ace high. Would have not have gotten there on the river. Coach's king 9 is going to be best here. 20,000 bet. That's likely just going to be called. I don't think there's much value in Scott raising here. He's only getting called by better.
Call.
2 pair.
Oh, that's gross, actually. Scott thought he had 2 pair. He announced 2 pair and threw his cards over like he was proud to win the pot. And did not have 2 pair.
Unfortunate.
Coach is now going to take the chip lead. 200,000 climbing up.
We do have a trophy for every event in this series. You can see it there in the top right, back on the table.
You know, I'm going to have to get like a portable light to stick on the back of those trophies.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because the glass, when it just is hit with light, is just...
Yeah.
It's just...
I like it. I can find something for you if you want me to look.
Oh yeah, you're my lighting guy.
Apparently not.
I told you that was temporary.
Had to bring it up. That's all I'll say about it. I won't say anything else, though.
Fair enough. Ace 7 of spades in the muck to a 13,000 open from David.
I actually don't mind that fold. David opening out of the gun, and was it under the gun +1 that folded?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe 7-handed. It's a little on the tighter side.
Yeah, and it was a very small open.
Yeah. True.
Call.
David has been relatively quiet. But it was also, was it Z that folded? Is that who it was?
It was Paul.
Paul, okay. Queen Jack for Chris here in the button. Oh my goodness, what a...
Just flopping the joint.
And David,
hold on. What are the chip counts here?
trips.
Oh my goodness.
They both
David
have
could just
45 bigs.
double them up. He could just double them up completely.
Check.
David came into this the chip
They're
leader.
both just checking it. A flush comes in on the river. David does have the ace of diamonds.
20,000.
He finally bets it here. 20K.
Wow. What did we just witness? Check.
No. At least start betting on the turn. He's reaching for raising chips.
Raise.
60? 50? 60.
50,000.
5. 50.
50,000.
What's the total bet?
50,000 total.
Chris, a little bit more.
How much does David have behind? 163.
Who's a little bit more articulate.
Just a call?
Just a call.
All right. Well, good for David. He lost the absolute minimum. Here.
Absolute minimum.
Got a full house.
He was very, very
Full
lucky.
of jacks.
Wow.
Well, honestly, I think lucky that it, and like if that's a deuce of spades on the river, he loses more. The diamond came though.
Yeah, but he had the ace of diamonds too.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolute minimum. I mean,
Must be nice.
if Chris bets the turn there, I think David has to raise.
Try to flush me in the river.
Yeah.
And then
I'm surprised that they both check turn.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they definitely, if they're going to get stacks in, they have to bet turn. And if you flop a boat, you should be hoping to get stacks in.
Wow, will we wow.
Wow.
The famous words of Daniel Negreanu.
Hold.
Wow. I mean, that is a difference of a tournament cash right there.
Yeah.
Absolute minimum he lost. That is very, very fortunate for David this time.
Chris running pretty hot right now. Stacking them chips. Oh, David just got walked with pocket tens.
Feels bad, man. To lose ace queen to lose to the full house in that fashion, and then get us walk to tens. It was bad.
Chris now extending that chip lead. 250,000. 23% of chips in play.
Fold. Fold.
Chris waking up with another monster. Pocket queens.
Raise.
That is a
40,000.
large raise. He's just going to 10x it right off the bat.
Fold.
I wouldn't love to see a flop.
Paul folding his sixes in the big blind. There's another look at our payouts. Each player locking up $200 when they made the final table. We did a deal. Players did a deal.
Alex did not do a deal because Alex could not play.
Yes, I am not a senior. Still got 19 more years. Seems like a long time. It's crazy.
Fold.
But hey, go for it, you know, whatever.
The seniors tournament.
Yours.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
Kings for Paul.
Just
Raise.
the second
10,000.
nuts.
Fold.
Unfortunate.
He knows.
He knows. Folded queens. Just the way she said that. He knows.
Something more intimidating.
Big blind. 4-4.
If you are interested in playing our 15K tournament tonight, $300 buy-in, you have about an hour and a half to make it before registration closes. 15K guaranteed, currently 38 players in the field.
Blinds are 400, 800, 30,000 starting stack. Plenty of
The next blinds are
playability.
400, 800. These blinds are 366.
Oh, even better. Even more reasons for you to get on down here to 7801 Westheimer Road here in Houston, Texas at Prime Social.
Fold.
Fish tacos.
That was so fast. These fish tacos, I've literally had them 4 days in a row.
And just
They
another
are
reason
so good.
to make it on down to 7801 Westheimer Road to eat the fish tacos while you play in the one-day 15K no limit hold'em tournament.
My mouth is
All the
watering.
reasons. The fish tacos are phenomenal.
I will be back in just a moment because I'm going to demolish these real quick.
There's another look at the VPIP percentages. Scott with 43% of the hands he's played. He has voluntarily placed his chips into the pot.
Nuggets up by 18 in the second quarter. Hate to see it. Just hate to see it.
Over the Fakers.
Yep.
Jack 10 for coach. He's
All
gonna.
on.
Steven is gonna get it in here. Ace 5 of spades. Under the gun plus 1. He's got 30,500 chips.
Been on the heaters.
Chris is last to act with a suited ace as well, and the chips to call.
I'm going to call it.
He calls.
See both hands.
Oh, yeah. Fair fight. There you go.
Steven is actually 55%
Big card.
to win this hand.
Just still a favor here. Chop is a favor.
Now just 51. Oh,
There you go.
now 91.
I see it.
up to 10 days.
32,000.
That 5 on the turn is going to secure the full double up for Steven here.
Okay, you try.
Again,
You try. I'm gonna try.
remember he was just down to 7 big blinds a few hands ago. He's built his stack back up to 67,000. Chip and a chair is what they say.
Sounds like a Viagra commercial.
I don't know. That's is there a Viagra commercial that says that?
Oh boy. Only at the seniors events will we hear these conversations.
I had to take it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, suited wheel?
Yeah,
base?
32 with the stick.
Absolutely.
No chance.
Fold. Raise 10,000.
David, 2 3s under the gun +1, going to open it up for 10,000 here. Folds back around to Chris. 10 deuce offsuit.
So it's me.
Likely going to the trash can. As does coach's 8-4 of hearts. David's going to take down an uncontested putt.
It was a bounty tournament.
Oh yeah. I mean, I like that.
They're doing that on Halloween.
What's that?
Progressive knockout.
Yeah. Are they doing the costume thing? I think they said you get extra costume.
Wow.
Should be anything.
Sorry about that.
Oh, no,
Now, what did you just describe?
Progressive knockout, so there's bounties on everybody.
Yeah.
If you knock somebody out, half their bounty you get in cash, the other half gets added to your bounty, so your bounty's now worth more.
Oh.
So if you're wondering about the tournament that they're talking about on the table here, they're talking about October 31st, event number 11, the Bounty Progressive Knockout
It's a
Bounty.
different game.
That's what they're talking about here. October 31st at 6 p.m. That is Halloween.
100%.
Right.
Fold.
2 bucks.
It's always a fun event, the Progressive Knockouts.
Dang it.
You can take advantage.
Raise 10,000.
They are a very popular format of poker and online gaming. Recently, they are making a surge to live poker as well. And we have ran a bunch of them here at Prime. They're a lot of fun, and it's a real different twist to the game, even more so than your normal bounty tournaments. Off to a flop here, 2 8s versus King, Queen of Clubs. Check, check on the Ace 10 9 all diamond flop.
Check.
We're going to see the 4 of hearts on the river changing nothing. Check, check. Pair of 8s going to take it down.
That was a good flop for either one of us.
Yeah.
That was an action killer.
I had a diamond. No.
We have now reached hand number 36 of this final table. A couple hands to the muck. Scott is going to look down at Jack 8 offsuit, and chips are going in the
Raise
pot.
9,000.
I like that 9,000.
Keeps IRS off your back.
That could have been done.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Keep it under 10.
You're right. So I said could have been.
Oh, fair enough.
I think you need to reassess that.
I'm back. Oh, those are so good.
Phenomenal. As is all of the food here at Prime. If you haven't checked it out, ask your server for a menu the next time you come in. It is all good. All of it. But especially the fish tacos.
Fish tacos.
Just phenomenal.
Yo, yeah.
I think it's the cabbage slaw that does it for me.
It's. I've never been a huge slaw guy,
Right.
but it's
Yeah.
popping.
Yeah.
I like the blue.
It hits.
Yeah.
It hits different.
The status symbol.
Trying to use all the
Terminology.
kids phrases, you know.
No, I don't.
I
I don't
protect
either.
Ooh. 5 deuce of diamonds. Scott's putting chips into this pot. Never mind. So Jack 8 off is okay. 5 deuce of diamonds just doesn't do it. What are you more likely to open with? 5 deuce of diamonds or Jack 8 offsuit?
Probably 5 deuce. Likely. Blind versus blind here. Couple garbage hands. David slightly better now.
6,000. Fold.
And a bet is going to take it up.
Fair enough. On to the next. And 38 incoming.
So we lost 2 rather quickly.
Yeah.
And this third elimination is taking slightly longer, which makes sense because
Probably done with the
there were no pay jumps before, and now there's a pretty significant pay jump.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
To be fair,
Steven has doubled up.
like 4 times.
Like 4
yeah,
times.
that's true.
Like, his tournament life was at risk 4 times.
That's actually one of my biggest pet peeves in poker is being like a middling stack on a final table when the small stacks just keep doubling.
Yeah.
Because
For
you
sure.
just can't do anything. You have to sit
Yeah.
there and
Just
fold.
wait for the big stacks to knock him out.
Yeah, it's tilting.
Or until they become the big stacks.
That was actually
I'm all in.
literally my whole game plan.
Speaking of Steven being all in, here we go. 2 9s in the cutoff. Ripping it in. It's gonna get through.
The biggest score that I've ever had, that was my game plan the whole final table, was just fold.
Just fold and wait
Yeah.
till people bust people for you.
Yeah. And it was an extreme situation where the chip leader was never folding any hands and running like the Lord Almighty himself.
Sounds like Gord.
And so it was, I just sat there and folded and got second place
Wow.
for
Nice.
heaps.
I watched somebody do that at a final table for a sizable progressive knockout bounty tournament. And
They had like a starting bounty at the final table.
literally
Yeah.
they did. And they made it through the entire tournament and still only had that starting bounty. And they collected 0 bounties.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And I mean, it was fine. There's still
They still got second place
significant-
money, but,
right?
yeah.
Which was like 20,000. But the other guy won like 60,000 because he had all of the bounties.
Yeah. Was that the final table here?
Yes.
Yeah, because he knocked out literally every person
Literally every
on
person.
the final table. That was nuts.
I think she did it to taunt you because it was your big one. Yeah.
Blinds are up 3, 6, and 6.
Coach taking that one down.
With my
3,000,
favorite
6,000,
hands.
6,000.
Oh, what am I thinking? Sorry.
Yeah, right.
No discounts. Sir.
Like,
Another thing I'd like to mention here about this beautiful schedule that we have is our mix events that are starting tomorrow as well.
Yo, yeah.
We have all of the mix events are $300 buy-ins, 5K guaranteed. There's 4 of them. We have a horse, a round of 8 or better, which I'll tell you what that is later, an 8-game mix, and a no-limit deuce to 7 single draw.
Not to be confused with Deuce to 7 triple draw. Deuce to 7 single draw, the purest form of poker that has ever existed.
I was told the other day that it was between that and No Limit Hold'em.
Yeah.
For like
what the World
main
Series,
event.
right?
Yeah. I had no idea. I didn't even know that game existed.
Hello. Coach just bought a ticket. She will be flying American Airlines for the duration of this hand.
Let's see if it's first class.
It is first class so far.
For now.
For
However,
now.
Paul with a decent flop here. Little gut shot. Backdoor hearts as well.
To his knowledge, he has 6 outs. To our knowledge, he only has 5.
Oh,
I mean, to his knowledge, to be fair, I guess. He could not
To be fair.
need any outs.
True.
Now he's going to get
Now
a
he's got
lot
more.
more outs.
bet 25,000.
A double guzzy, as they
Any
call it.
3, 4, or 7 would do it for Paul here. Coach is looking for a deuce.
This is not a great board to see when you have aces, and he gets there.
Wow, that is unfortunate.
She's going to keep going, too.
35,000.
She's not scared.
75?
Raised to 75,000.
Very quick raise. Almost the min click.
Oh,
Oh, she calls.
She does call.
Couldn't get away from him.
Brutal spot.
75.
And he gets another comment.
Representatives at American Airlines have just kicked Coach off of the
He
flight.
gets another comment card.
Brutal.
Yeah, he's going to the final.
What a run out for Paul.
He needed a little run good. He was
4,000.
had a couple rough hands there recently.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Coach.
50,
While they're counting this down, we'll take another look at
5.
those mix events. I mentioned a round of 8, RO8. Do you want to explain what that is?
Yeah, I would love to.
sure
The
you will.
RO8 events is a fixed limit betting structure for the entire duration of the tournament, as are almost all of the mixed events. Players will play a round of Omaha 8 or better, followed by a round of 7-card stud 8 or better. That process will repeat for the entirety of the tournament. The player who has the most chips at the end is going to win.
6 numbers between 1 and 6.
As all tournaments work, it's going to be a lot of fun. I love 8 or better myself, personally, selfishly. I think a lot of our players here enjoy playing 8 or better as well. And it's going to be a fun little mix. Instead of just playing Omaha 8 or better, now we're going to throw in some stud 8 or better.
Yeah, I like it. I really want to play it just to get better at those games, honestly.
Absolutely.
I played a decent amount of stud 8, but I haven't played a lot of 4-card Omaha 8. Usually when we play Omaha 8, there's a 5th card involved.
Yeah, I would be reversed. I would be reversed in that. I have played lots of 4-card Omaha 8 or better, as well as Big O, but I've probably spent more hours playing Omaha 8 or better than any other game.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah. We used to have a
Is that in Corpus or
no here.
Kansas? Oh, here. Okay.
Yeah. It was fixed limit, and I mean, I'm definitely lifetime winner for the game. That is. I did not keep track, but it was a very good game to be in, and I booked a lot of hours in it.
What was the limit?
1530.
Holding out one up.
Sometimes it would be bigger, but pretty much.
There's only one of those 7 that has a horseshoe up its
So yeah, that event is going to be a lot of fun.
I don't know.
If you are a fan of
I just have a 6.
high-low 8 or better events, come see us this Thursday. It's going to be a fun one. It is a
4
trophy
p.m.
event.
start.
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. we have the horse tournament, $300 buy-in, $5,000 guaranteed as well.
Come battle me in that one. I'll be playing.
Yes. If I didn't have a promotion for the mixed event player of the series, I may have even considered playing some of these events myself, but I cannot tie myself to these promotions.
Makes sense.
Because if I played, obviously I would finish with the most points.
Yeah,
Player
yeah,
of the
yeah,
series.
yeah, for sure. Right. Cool. Can you believe this guy, chat?
Raise. 12,000.
We'll take a look at that information for the mixed event player of the series here in just a second. Right now, we're going head up to a flop. King 4 of hearts for Steven, Queen 3 of clubs for Coach. Nothing for nobody on this flop.
Check.
Backdoor clubs. Oh, there's a queen.
Backdoor straight.
Fold.
Coach just shifting it there. 14 remaining big blinds. We'll take that down. There's another look at our payouts. $200 locked up for 7th place. There's a $450 jump for 6th place. Then we get into our more standard payout jumps. This was just an agreed upon $200 for each people that made the final table by every player here.
Go down to the last card. And I said before.
And as we were just talking about, we have our mixed event player of the series promotion running during this series. It is the 4 mixed events that we mentioned just a moment ago. 5% of the prize pool from each of those events will be withheld and awarded to the 3 players with the most points.
Raise 15.
There's also a trophy for the mixed event player of the series.
Looks pretty
It
sharp
is
too.
a sharp-looking trophy. Also doubles as a murder weapon.
That, yep, blunt force trauma for sure.
It's very heavy glass with a very sharp end.
Let's see if Steven here can win another all-in.
Let us see, because he's getting called by Paul's 2 threes.
We saw 7s versus 3s earlier, and 3s won.
Threes did win.
It was the first knockout of our tournament.
It was.
But Steven got 81% right now. He did the flop the same way too.
How sick would that have been?
That would have been nasty.
3 and a 3 only. Can't get there. Paul is going to double up Steven again.
Keep on hanging on.
From 4 big blinds to almost 20 big
Trying to
blinds.
vote me off the island.
That is
Impressive.
That is impressive.
I feel like the Phillies are going to win now because
Hey, I have a bet on the
I know.
Diamondbacks.
I know. I'm aware.
Watch it. That commentator's curse stuff. Man.
If there was a commentator's curse, he definitely would have lost the 3s there.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
He shoved your phone.
Proved your point.
But it was only. It was almost, except for maybe 4 or 5 people. It's almost like the daily.
It's like asking for a deal or a deck change.
Can we vote when you knock him out and I don't lose?
Yeah, because that's going to fix all of your problems.
Yeah.
It's only the second time.
Win-win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Where do you play on?
Fold.
Champions real close to mine. You both?
Yep.
I played Carolina. But
Fold.
Queen, deuce of diamonds in the muck. For, oh, excuse me. I read that incorrectly. Action to coach. 8-6 offsuit.
14,000.
Raising it up to 14. That King Deuce was Steven's hand. That is going to the muck. And Coach is going to take down the blinds. Much needed, as she is now the short stack at the table.
you guys are really hanging on here. Including myself.
raise 16,000.
Scott here going to put in a raise to 16,000. Queen 10 of diamonds. Nobody's got anything to look him up with. Scott is going to win uncontested pots. Move on to the next hand. King 8 of diamonds for Chris under the gun. See how he decides to proceed. By throwing them away in the trash can. Coach going to let go of the 4 deuce. Steven is going to come along with the 3-4 offsuits. The action is now to Paul. Jack 7 of clubs on the button. Finds the call button.
3 players.
Three ways to the flop. Scott is going to flop best here. The big blind special.
I think it's on you, right? Oh, sorry.
He's going to waste no time and lead out.
13.
It's that value ASAP as possible.
13,000. Fold.
That was an unnecessary
Sometimes I get
addendum to the
Redundancy.
I thought you were, but I didn't have one. I gave you enough time. College was good to me. I guess stuff. Fog. Well, at least no one had the medication delivered by a nurse.
Small blind. Fold. Fold. Fold.
Good luck, G. Thank you.
Z shipping here on the button. An
Your
ace
cards are on
9
there, picking
offsuit.
In the box, just kind of move them around a little bit.
Not enough? How much you got, Z? 60?
60,500.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Fold.
These cards aren't reading for some reason.
No.
Actually, I'd be willing to bet that he has either the king of spades or the 9 of clubs. Because usually, if he throws the card over the square of seat
Yeah.
1, sometimes it reads. But either
Just
way,
play the hand.
Oh, so
It's
you
all
think
right.
maybe we misread because the card was registered to
Oh.
the offsuit.
he does call, and there's a king of spades, just as I said.
I had a king and I had a 9. So you each lost 1 out.
Wow. Backdoor
Sick.
diamonds? No.
That is the end
Wow,
of
will we
the
wow.
GG's, sir. Nice run.
Yeah. He's a big
Nice showing by Zvi here. Just as he's eliminated, he's got a fan in the chat.
Nice job, Peyton.
Call it the chat's curse.
Yeah.
I'll say who I'm talking to less.
I'm going to give you 10. Because they're going to buy them up in a second.
You want to just give
Give me 10 of them, or whatever.
Yeah.
10 would be 5.
Yeah, give me 5.
Peyton, how you doing, buddy?
Here's 10.
Yeah, it's funny. So I mentioned that the king of spades read on Scott's reader,
Right.
but he also still said that he had a king in his hand. He folded king 9. He said, I had because you hear him in the background during that hand, he said, I had one of each of your outs. I had a king and a 9. So he still had a king, but it was not the king of spades.
Interesting.
Chris continues to run very, very well here.
Alright, tournament players, you have just under 2 minutes left on your break.
Oh, that's why the room became so loud, because the tournament players in the evening tournament went to break. Poker players are loud when they're on break.
They're also mobile. Scott opening his button with the queen 9 offsuits. Coach defending her big blinds. One heads up to a flop. Comes 10-3 deuce rainbow.
Alright, tournament players, you have 1 minute remaining to break. Dealers, go ahead and get those cards washed.
Deuce of hearts on the turn.
I checked.
And quick checks all the way around, all the way through. Queen high's going to win.
I folded queen. Blew the chop.
With that elimination, we now have 6 players remaining, and every player here just won $450 more than they previously had locked up,
I just know you have a big
which is a larger jump than 4th to 3rd. Usually,
Yeah.
why that took a little bit longer than the other eliminations. And we might actually see a few quick ones here as well, now that the jumps are shallower yet again.
Fold. Fold.
Alright, I've had 5 players.
Yeah, we'll start it.
You go back to 300, 600 dealers. Go ahead and put them in the air.
I'm jumping in that. I'm gonna play that one.
We're going blind versus blind. Coach
No, this is longer.
is dominated at the moment.
Check.
They both flop jack high.
Now she's definitely dominating.
9,000.
Bet of 9,000 and a call.
She's going to be looking for a big card higher than an 8 on the turn. It's not going to do it.
Not going to do it. She needed that or a 5. The 8 still plays.
12,000.
And I believe she said call. Yeah, she
He's
did.
gonna play.
She is having not the greatest luck here recently. Going to put her down in last place with 55,000 in chips.
And the Phillies went off. They just turned it
Oh,
on.
did they? Oh, 1-1.
Yeah. Well, that might have just changed.
Big blind,
No,
6-6.
that's deep center field there.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, 409, yeah.
Home team always wins game 7, right?
Isn't that right?
Yeah, it's Texas and Washington.
Fold. 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 All in.
But
Coach folds around to her, which is good. She's going to ship it here.
54.5 total. Yes.
She's on for 54,500. Steven behind with 22 bigs. He's got the ace-5 of clubs, which has Coach in pretty rough shape with her suits dominated. If he wants to make the call, he does make the call. And David getting out of the way.
Clubs will be all right with me.
And Coach here, a 60-40. She's going to need a queen or an 8 to stay alive. She is at risk. That's a queen in the window and an 8 behind it. Great flop. She's got 94% now. And she's going to lock it up on the turn. Getting a few of them chips back from Steven there. Very nice hand. Take a look here at our other No Limit Hold'em tournaments that we're running for this series. Event number 9, a daily double, $280 10K guaranteed. That is happening the same Sunday as the day 2 of the kickoff event. Again, a $280 buy-in, 10K guaranteed. Event number 9 at 4 p.m. that day. So if you make day 2 of the 100K and are unfortunate enough to not continue super deep into that tournament, you have another option to play that day. We're also running event number 10 is a triple stack No Limit Hold'em there. $400 30K guaranteed. That is a large guarantee for a Monday. I'm a little upset because I won't be able to play that because we are running the final table stream for the 100K on that Monday at 6 p.m. But that event starts at 3 p.m. Monday. $400 30K guarantee. Single day event. Coach yet again waking up with ace king. Gonna open it up right after getting the double. Got 16 bigs. Opens to 20K, and Paul defending his big blind with the ace-5 offsuit. A queen, 6 deuce rainbow flop. Coach gonna see bet and take that one down. She's back on the way up. She's been playing a lot of pots here recently.
So at this stage at a final table, if you're playing an event like this, and you have not like bottom of the barrel stack, you know, but like you have to accumulate chips to stay in the tournament. You don't have the chip lead by any means. You know, second, third, and from the bottom maybe.
Yeah.
Are you what does your strategy change to versus when you have all of the chips? Do you play less hands or do you play more hands?
You're definitely playing less hands because if you have people with chips less than you, then theoretically you are quote-unquote owed more money, which, you know, that's a kind of a dangerous thought process.
Right.
But
that
ICM, if you're looking at the ICM, then you are technically owed more money at that time. So you basically, if you were to bust before someone who has worse or less chips than you, then that's a little
negative
devastating.
ICM.
Yes. Therefore, you play less hands, especially less hands against bigger stacks. My game plan in that spot is to focus on like really playing late position, and hopefully I'm in a position relative to the stacks at the table, like big versus small stacks, where I can like jam over some small stacks when like I'm the button and they're in the blinds,
right,
or you know, stuff like that. I'll be a little bit wider in those situations, but a lot more careful when I'm playing against big stacks or when there's big stacks left to act.
So what about the way that you, not necessarily how many hands you play, but what about the way that you play the hands that you do choose to play? Are you just playing them much more aggressively? 19 outs.
Wow.
And that is one of them.
Check.
Ace.
Snap checked it.
Wow.
He's good.
Takes it down.
Just check one more time.
I said as you were walking away that Coach had been a little unlucky. And I think she's won every pot since then.
Right.
Deuce 3.
She doubled up, and then she won another big pot. Just rivered that pot.
So
doing quite well.
back to my question there. You know, do you think that she began to play her hands more aggressively, or more passively, or stayed the same, or what are you supposed to do in a scenario like that when you just get down? Your chips just dwindle. And
Well,
you
for
lose,
her,
and you lose and you lose.
In that spot, she was the shortest stack,
Right.
which means you can be as aggressive as you want.
Right, because it's basically just you're all in or you're not involved in the hand most of the time.
Yeah, but also, like, it's not bad if you bust because you're supposed to get that,
Right.
you know, that place because that's the current standings in the chip stacks.
2.5.
There's still a little bit of ICM implications, but whenever you're the shortest stack, especially if there are not any stacks the same as you or anywhere near your size stack, then you get to just,
All right, let me see what I got.
you know, play closer to chip EV
Right.
because you're just trying to chip up at that point.
I should, but I won't.
It's Jack all in there, getting it through. I will say the biggest thing to focus on again is
How many more
which
purple you
which
got?
opponents you're playing aggressive against.
Here.
Like if I'm out of position playing a hand post flop against a stack that covers me, like I'm not betting for value. I'm not like putting chips in the middle unless I absolutely have to. Like you're out of position, you want to just kind of check call down a lot of spots, even with like some of your stronger hands, like top or like even two pair.
Right.
Because your value in that spot is less important
Fold.
than surviving.
Right.
Fold.
Now, obviously, if you have sick value, aka the
course.
nuts, then you go with it. But
Fold.
Corpus
Coach
Christi
raking again.
hooks.
They're jabronis. Get that shit out of here. This is Houston.
Well, funny enough, the Corpus Christi Hooks are a AAA team for the Houston Astros.
Oh, okay. All right. You connected it.
Yes.
You win. Chris, I believe, opened with the King 9. He might have just limped.
Who's in the small blinds?
But the Jacks raising and taking it.
We get inside the 6,000 bucks instead of the 8,000
If you looked at faces,
Ugh.
but
Why would you do that?
Our table the other day. Oh,
10-minute break after the thing.
I have to tell the people what just happened. Because you basically just poured water into your soda.
It was watered down pop that I poured into bottle, right?
He had an old soda that was like watered down. It was like basically ice and water with like a dash of soda. And he just combined it with his brand new soda. Feels bad. I respect you just ever so slightly less than I did before. Ever so slightly. That's all.
So we're in the negatives in terms of respects now.
No, stop it.
Does anybody have a 3? No,
10,000.
nobody has a 3. Coach has a
Coach-
jack. Imagine that. The
Top
best
pair.
hand.
Again. She went from like 10 bigs to 30, and she keeps hitting hands. Running very well at the moment.
Part of winning poker tournaments is running good.
It's a large part. Large part. And it looks like
That is going to be it
nope. It's
for
break
this
time.
level.
Nice save. Let's take a quick gander here again at our schedule. I just mentioned our No Limit Hold'em tournaments that we're running the end of this week and next week. We have our daily double 10K on Sunday as a little second chance opportunity for those of you busting out of the day 2 of the kickoff event. We have Monday the 30th, 3 p.m., $400 30K guaranteed, triple stack, No Limit Hold'em. Going to be a very good event. I'm a little sad that I can't play that one. Then we've got event number 11 on Tuesday, the Bounty No Limit Hold'em PKO. $250 buy-in, 5K guaranteed. And then you see at the top of your screen, event number 12, the main events, a $600 buy-in, 200K guaranteed. Multi-day event. It is the same exact schedule as the kickoff events, just 1 week later. So we have 11 a.m. flights, 5 p.m. flights Wednesday through Saturday. Saturday evening we have a 10 p.m. turbo flight. Sunday morning, 9 a.m. we have another turbo flight. The day 2 will be that Sunday, which is, I think,
Some of this up,
the
too.
5th, maybe? November 5th, something like that. There it is, yeah. November 5th at 2 p.m. Final table at 6 p.m. on stream, November 6th. Again, a $600 buy-in, 200K guarantee. Gonna smash that guarantee. Won't even be close. Well, we might even mess around and double that guarantee. And then there, the end of our schedule. We have one more No Limit Hold'em that Sunday at 4 p.m. That'll be your second chance for the main event, and that is a $300 10K guarantee. And then to end the series, we have Monday, the No Limit Deuce 7 single draw tournament, $300 buy-in, 5K guarantee.
I was trying to, this guy, all of it. I was trying to make
We're going to take a quick break. We will be back shortly. Appreciate you all being here. Do not go anywhere.
60.
Hi there.
All right, looks like that's the end of our break. We are back. 6 players remain. Let's play some poker, shall we?
All in. 69,000.
Nice.
I want to know who said nice just now. It's funny. David all in for 69,000
I just.
with the deuces.
Fold.
Man, that's going to get it through. Taking her down.
I can keep doubling up and doubling up. I'm like, I need for another blue one, I'll take it. Yeah, and then, I'm collecting. Hang on to them for me. Okay, you get them.
Sorry about that. I realized that music was still going through the system. I kind of liked it. I was digging it for a little bit. I was going to leave it on for myself because I thought y'all couldn't hear it, but I just realized that you could.
Great. 18,000.
It's a nice little background vibe, but I won't put you through that anymore.
Fold. Call. Let's go.
We are going heads up to a flop here. Coach raised Jack-10 offsuits.
Check.
Paul defending his big blind with the 10-8 of hearts. They both flop a pair.
Bet 28.
Paul with backdoor hearts, backdoor straight draw. And the 8 is his only immediate out. But of 28K, and it looks like he's reaching for raising chips.
Call.
Nope, I don't know what chips are, so that was just a call. On to the turn. 5 on the turn changes nothing. Those backdoors don't come in for him. And a 9 is no good as well. However, he's reaching for chips now.
15.
Betting very, very
Call.
small. Very small, 15K.
Jack.
Maybe a little blocker bet there. Keeping it small, setting his price because he was going to call if coach decided to bet.
Try to knock her out.
Steven sitting with 72K in chips. He has just been surviving. And look at coach now with 316,000 in chips. That is nuts. She was less than 30 minutes ago. She was
I'm going by this.
our short stack
After 1 hour.
with like 10 bigs. And she has gone on a sick run. Sick run.
8,000. 19. Put up the clocks. All in.
Steven waking up with an ace here. He's going to ship it in. Look like Paul or David have hands they want to call.
92,000.
Scott with king 6. Maybe if he was a little deeper. But he's one of the middling stacks now. He's going to let the king 6 go. And Steven gets it through. That $300 15K is looking juicy out there. I was eyeballing it on break. Right this moment, you have 38 minutes and 3 seconds to make it here before late reg ends. There are currently 60 players. 62 is going to exceed the 15K guarantee, so it's looking like we're going to make it maybe 20, 25K in that prize pool by the end.
All right, now look.
I think I'm going to hop in, if possible.
Check. 3 players.
Three ways to a flop here. Scott flopping best with top pair. 10-5. Coach has got a gut shot. Chris has a whole lot of nothing. This was a limped pot. We are at 4K, 8K, 8K big blind.
Bet 18,000.
Start betting it now. More than half pot. Gets it done. And shows the 10.
You know, oh, here.
Ace-4 of diamonds under the gun for Steven. Decides to limp along
Fold.
because limping is pimping.
Fold. Fold.
Or so I've been told. Coach waking up with another primo hand. Ace-Queen offsuit. Going to raise her big blind. We're heads up now. And Steven goes all in.
Call.
And the snap call. Steven is all in and at risk with the worst of it.
Don't be getting up.
32% equity here.
Finally found.
It's going to need a 4 or some diamonds. There's 1 diamond. Some chopportunities here.
Split.
That is one of them. They are going to chop it up. The king on the river negates Coach's queen. And he just said it himself. He's got to be the luckiest player at this final table by far. The man is surviving. And everyone else is kind of like, oh, come on, man. Come on, Pearson.
I thought you had it though. I thought you went there.
I thought.
$650 locked up for each of the players. Playing for 4K. David all in now. This is the first time we've seen him at risk in this final table. Ace-7 offsuit, and Paul waking up behind with Ace-10. This isn't like the easiest call for Paul. He's got 4 people left to act. Yeah, he's going to let it go. And the Ace-7 jam gets it through.
Keep going. Like
Paul's last act there, he's snapping it off with the Ace-10, but not the case this time.
Two people are going to have
If you go like this, eventually the blinds are going to get too big.
Big blind.
My gosh, how long is this coming? That'll start making me start wanting to do something drastic.
the next person to go out and have it.
Call.
Another limp spot.
Check. 15.
Spades for David. He's going to bet him and take it down. Steven with absolutely 7 high there.
Absolutely.
I was going to say absolutely nothing, but I feel like I say that all the time.
Yeah, and that's a song.
Is it?
Absolutely nothing. What is it good for?
Is the song called Absolutely Nothing? I don't think it is.
I don't believe so.
Speaking of songs,
Is it my turn to play you?
I don't. It's probably my turn actually. I kind of
Should
got
we play one on the
on
next
stream.
break on stream? One of us would have to leave the room though.
And we'd probably get a
Copyright infringement.
DMCA. Yeah.
Raise 18,000.
It's just not fair, man.
It's not fair that record labels want their money.
It's just not fair. I think all music should be free forever.
There is a beautiful song written about that, actually. It's the opposite opinion. It's a little satirical. It's not satirical, but it's...
Satire?
That's what satirical is.
Yeah, but
No, it's literally the same word.
it's definitely not the same word.
Satirical is... Like, satire is the base of
Right.
the word satirical.
Not the same word.
Oh my gosh. They mean the same thing.
They're used in different contexts, but yes. They basically, at the base of the word satire, mean the same
Satirical is just something that is of a satire nature.
thing. Right.
So it's the same thing. Anyway, no, the song is called Everything is Free, and it's by Gillian Welch, and it's a really, really good song.
Cool story.
Check it out.
Cool story. Some unsolicited free advertising for Mr. or
Mrs.
Mrs. Welch. How about 3 aces for Paul and nothing for anybody else?
Absolutely nothing for anyone else.
Heyo.
Until now.
Call.
And he's all in.
Oh, he ships it.
Gonna need a 4 or a 5. And that's it. Those are the only cards.
Those are your only options. He did that quick.
Very. And aggressively.
Yep. River card.
Not a 4 or 5.
Good game.
That is going to do it for David. Nice showing here, sir. Going to take 6th place and $650 for his efforts.
GG's.
Just in time to register for the 6 p.m. tournament.
Yo, yeah. 30 minutes left in Lane Ridge. So actually, this happened 30 minutes ago.
Right.
So therefore,
right. There was an hour
Yeah.
at that time. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. Anyways, currently there is just about 30 minutes left in registration at this moment in time. I think the field size is almost up to 70 players now. Looks like that guarantee is going to be surpassed.
Yo, yeah. Hopefully it gets up, 23, 24K. Because I'm going to win it. Now I have that song in my head. Steven's shipping it here. Steven's run good has continued. He just got it all in, dominated it, and they chopped. And he said it himself. He's got to be the luckiest player.
74 total.
Not thinking about it. It is a little less than half of his stack. Not loving having to call off there with the gate set off. Yeah, he was not happy about it. A lot of the time he's going to be dominated there when calling off with the ace 8 off. I think I like the folds.
5 offsuit. No, well, you can watch it later.
Yeah, I figured it's such in the middle. If you could be higher or lower.
Yeah.
Pretty easily.
I mean, still, even with the higher kicker,
Right, which is what.
All in.
Before we even get to see the hands, he ships it again. 11 bigs with the ace jack off.
Okay.
9 of spades. Closing the action.
just muck them, you don't have to look at them.
Is that repeat line?
Not loving it. He's going to let it go.
It's a little better kicker this time.
Steven keeping him going.
I'm gonna get a call from my friend of mine. What the hell were you doing?
That is an interesting dynamic to
Small blind.
playing on stream. As you kind of in the back of your mind wonder what people are thinking, or maybe your friends that are watching, if they're judging you.
See, you know what the cool thing is? Like a long time ago, is that I just stopped caring about what other people think about anything that I do, unless like what I do affects them in any kind of a way. But if you're just like thinking about something that I'm doing wrong, right, whatever, it doesn't really make much of a difference to me. But
a lot of people don't see it that way.
A lot of people definitely do not see it that way. But I think it's important to try to have that in the back of your mind. Like,
yeah. But I also think even if you consciously think that, subconsciously you still might.
Right. Think the
might,
opposite
yeah,
of that.
Yeah.
Words are tough.
Sometimes. Sometimes they are, bro. I'm used to it though. Done this for a while. Fumbling over my words. My favorite thing is when I like start to say spades, but it's actually a club. So then I say spade clubs. Like I get the whole word out. So I've created a new suit. Couldn't think of that word either. The old spade clubs.
So I was thinking about that. How interesting it would be to the game of poker, or any, like really any variation of poker, really.
Yeah.
To add in another suit to a deck. You know, adding in an extra 13 cards to a deck. We'll get back to this in just a minute. We've got an all-in the 4 seat. Steven is going to get those hooks in the middle.
It went limp. Limp on the button, complete the small.
Buddy Jam is watching me right now.
And he's going to say, nice fold with the pocket fives, Chris.
Pocket five.
And gets it through.
Almost.
See? Steven even calls them hooks.
Steven even?
Steven also calls
even
them
Steven.
hooks.
What a great show.
Steven calls them hooks as well.
He also, too, as well, along with me, still, well, calls them hooks. Oh, this is fun.
I think you and I should
Nope.
bet a large
Well, that's not what I thought
amounts
you were
of
going
money
to say. Okay.
18,000.
on a game of Scrabble.
No. Hard pass.
Really?
Yeah, I'm terrible at Scrabble.
Really?
Do you think I would be good at Scrabble?
I mean, you just seem like a halfway intelligent human.
I feel like you're just hustling me right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's clearly not working.
Yeah. Because I'm a halfway intelligent human.
Right.
Anybody interested in looking at account? Chip shop?
Chop.
ICM, according to Chip.
Yeah, I mean, we can look at it. I don't think it's going to be very good.
All right, players are talking about looking at an ICM.
Doing the next hand.
ICM. What does ICM mean and stand for, and what is it all about? Tell us.
All right.
ICM stands for Independent Chip Model. And it is a calculation that allows you to apply a dollar value to the betting units that are currently on the table. Because by themselves, they don't have a dollar value, as we mentioned earlier.
Right.
They're just betting units. But whenever there's a prize pool remaining, and you can look at the way that the payout structure is, or the payouts are structured, and then look at chip counts from each individual player, you will be able to see, quote unquote, what
Each chip that you have is
is worth, more or less. I crushed it. I nailed it. Let's play Scrabble. I was distracted by a lot of things while I was trying to say that.
Yeah, so basically what it does is it takes the chips that you have in front of you, takes into consideration the chip counts of other players, as well as taking into consideration the structure of the payouts, and assigns a dollar value to how many chips you have.
Therefore, you can, basically chop relative to how the chips are currently distributed between the players.
Common misconception is that an ICM is the same as a chip chop. Chip chop is not the same. A chip chop does not take into consideration the current payout structure. All it does is takes into account the total money.
A chip chop is simply you take, all the money and
divide it by how many chips you have.
Yeah.
85.
Let's listen to the numbers here.
1,525. 2,150. 1,860. And 1,780.
So 5 ways.
your number
I
again.
think Coach was the highest.
Put one chip out.
Right,
Yes.
at
No,
2,100.
no.
But I love to play.
It's Paul.
Let me put that out.
Okay.
Before we make any final decisions, just a heads up, guys. Whoever does win the most money is also going to be credited first place and receive the trophy.
What was his number? Do you know?
Who's?
Paul's number?
2,800 and change.
Okay. So
Actually, you probably still have them exactly right
we've
here.
got 4 players that have agreed so far. If you, in this situation, if you agree, you toss a chip into the middle.
I love the experience.
No, so they're about the same. 21. You said 28.
Oh, excuse me.
He just barely had more. So Coach and Paul would be getting approximately the same amount.
Everybody to this point has agreed, except for Scott, and he just said no.
Resetting the clock to 8
Now,
minutes.
he wants to keep playing for a little bit longer,
100% your prerogative.
and so we are going to do so. Definitely no shame in doing that. If you want to keep playing, keep playing.
Absolutely.
I have done that on many occasions.
8,000.
Yeah, go ahead, put them in the air.
There is not a problem
I want to thank y'all
with saying no.
And please don't ever berate someone for saying no,
Yes,
because that is just really uncalled for.
that was AC, one of our final table lists for this event, coming over to the table, thanking them for busting him out of the tournament so that he could go win a few $1,000s in the Omaha game.
Okay. All right. Love to see
Yeah,
it. That's funny.
quick little 10x on his buy-in.
Was it more than first place?
Call.
It was more than second
More than
place.
second place, sorry. Plus, he got 200 from this.
Right, yeah. Guy is the greatest.
He's the greatest, and he's
Very, very humble.
just, yeah, he's just a good dude. Nice dude.
Check. Check. That's 12,000. Fold. Fold.
Chips are relatively condensed here. No super shorties anymore.
Unless you include yourself. Okay, you're not that short.
Because I'm a shoddy.
You're actually like pretty average. Like
I think I'm
6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot is an average. I was gonna say I think I'm higher than average.
Oh, okay. I guess maybe I would be average. Right under.
Yeah.
6 foot. Maybe 5'10", 5'11". What is the average height of an adult male? Let's ask Siri, shall we?
Raise 18,000.
Well, do you ask an adult Caucasian male or just
What
an adult
is
male?
the average height of an adult male in the United States? 5'9".
Way lower.
5'9" is the average height of an adult male in the United States, according to.
That's nuts, actually.
Yeah.
5'9", wow. That means there's males shorter than 5'9".
I think there's a lot of males shorter than 5'9", but.
No, that's yeah.
But to that point, there's also a lot of males that are taller than 5'9".
True.
Which is why the average is 5'9".
And also why I'm above average. Glad we could clear that up for the viewers.
Yeah, to continue on that, above average people also have less than average brain capacity.
Is that what Siri said?
No, that is not what she said. That is not. Sorry, just my imagination.
That's all you are.
Wow, Coach gets away from the 2 4s here. She was dominated.
No, this was
Nice.
Not anymore. She's
Ledon.
not. Ledon. There's another look at our schedule. Schedule. Tomorrow starts event number 6. That's the one you need to be worried about right now. Event number 6. Actually, I take that back. The 15K that late reg ends
That
in
is
15 minutes.
Right. That is more pertinent information for our viewers.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna go get in that soon.
Yes.
Soon. And then I'll be back 10 minutes later.
Right. After you
Use
your
my
first
20
coin
big
flip.
blinds. Yeet is a good word. You ever use yeet?
No.
All right, good talk. So Scott here. I don't even think he was laughing. Maybe he was, but he choked on something. He's gonna open the button with Jack 4 of diamonds. Were you laughing, or did you just happen to choke?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes. Heyo, open. Never mind, that's not open, is it? That is a gut shot and Jack high.
We have an open gut shot for Coach here. It's like the spade clubs. Oh, man. Bet of 25K and a call. And Scott whiffs his diamonds. He had a lot of outs there. Jack 4 diamond 3. No.
That's 50.
Thank you all for tuning in to this excellent commentary. You will not find better statistics than you will right here
Better hand reading.
at Prime Social TX. All right. I shall be back.
Oh, good. The final 5 battling it out here. Every time.
Raise 25,000. Fold.
Jack 9 of spades for Paul. Open up and coach. Waking up with a nice primo here. Ace, Jack of diamonds.
Call.
Just going to flat it. Play out of position. She is dominating.
Heads up.
That is a pair for Paul. Open-ended for both players. Pretty saucy flop. Paul also with backdoor spades.
Check.
It goes check, check on the flop. The turn comes the king of hearts. Giving coach the gut. No, it's still a. She's got a nut straight possibility now.
Bet 28,000.
A queen would be a very interesting river. But Paul's going to let it go. Taking his time. Another look at your payouts. We have 5 players remaining, $810 locked up for each of them.
Fold. Lines up next hand, 6, 12, 12. Fold. Check. Heads up. Check. 10,000. Fold. All right, 6,000, 12,000, 12,000. Call. Fold. Fold. All in.
Late how much? See how much I deprive my stack.
106 total.
Quite a bit. I'm gonna have to get out of here.
Fold.
I'm done. What is it?
He's parking lot.
Yeah, I have ace two.
She gets 3 back.
Yeah, the parking lot.
Yeah.
Parking lot. That's what they call it. He's gonna get you to the parking lot. When somebody calls you an ace king.
series. I had ace king,
12 and 12.
and he had ace queen,
Yeah.
queen on the flop.
Mm.
It was so wonderful. I got to go.
Mm.
Fold. Raised to 30,000. Fold. Call.
Chris making the call here. We're going to go heads up to a flop. Ace Jack versus Queen 3 of hearts.
Heads up.
That is 2 hearts on the flop. Nothing for Chris.
Check.
He does have 2 overs.
35.
Bet of 35,000. Chris only with 127 left behind here. It's a big chunk of his stack.
Hungry. I should go home and feed him. But he's overweight, so he can last a little while.
Fold.
Paul taking that down with the queen high. Very nice hand. So Scott, Chris, and Steven sitting here with approximately the same chip stacks. And then Coach and Paul with approximately the same chip stacks there up at the top. Locking it down. Paul waking up with ace king of spades now. Sure to be opening this one as well.
Raised 30,000. Fold.
And queen 9 for Chris here. Suited.
That is a pretty hand, but not quite as pretty as the ace-king suited, in my humble opinion, and statistic probability opinion.
And every other poker player's likely.
Fold.
He's gonna let it go. He's had a lot of those like kind of mediocre,
Right.
not mediocre, but tough decisions. Weird spots.
Well, and he's at a pretty good point in the tournament, so it seems that he's done a pretty good job of navigating through those tough decisions.
Yes. Yo, yeah. There's currently 3.5 minutes left in late reg in this 15K.
So head on over 7801
Really
Westheimer
fast.
Road.
If you live at Stony Brook, you might make it.
Maybe.
Fold.
And 77.
Fold.
This final table, still 5 players remaining.
Fold. All in.
Waking up blind versus blind. I'm going to ship it with the ace 10 offsuit. Steven with only 8 bigs and a pretty tough decision here. King 8 of diamonds.
I think you just have to go with it.
Now, I mentioned earlier we talked a lot about ICM and chip distribution, how that matters. Before you got in here, I mentioned that Chris, Scott, and Steven all have the same chip stacks.
Oh.
And so this is
an ICM implication.
Yes, this is very interesting. I think I probably still would want to call, but it's tough because like You see there, Steven 100K, Chris 120, Scott 130K. Like, they're very, very close together.
Right.
So any of them could bust at any moment. And it is always easier to be the one jamming as opposed to the one calling off. So
Yeah.
don't mind a fold by Steven, but
Yeah, it's quite amazing the two chip leaders have a 3-to-1 advantage almost.
yeah, on the
against
rest of the
everybody
field.
else.
Fold.
2-2.
Raise 30,000. Fold.
Two fours for Paul out of the big blinds. He's going to call the raise from Coach. It was 30,000, and Coach is going to continue being hit with the deck over and over and over for the last hour or so. 3 kings. Paul is going to need to find a 4 quick, fast, and in a hurry. And putting more chips into this pot is not going to be the right way to do that.
Raise to 80. Fold.
Right. Coach is going to raise that one up. A little min click. Take it down. Not going to have to show down her cards. Just look at the payouts again. First place, almost $4,000.
Fold. 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 All in. Call. Oh, fold.
Oh, misclick by the dealer. Looks like he heard a call when in fact Scott said fold. Rightfully so. I don't think that's an angle there. Scott is not calling off his tournament life with 9-7 offsuit. Coach is just adding to her ever-growing chip stack. 436,000, 41% of all chips in play in the tournament.
Only got 9 chips.
That could be 225.
3 of those employed.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Fold. Fold. Raise 30,000.
Incoming. Paul's going to bump it up to 30,000 with ace-9 offsuit. A fold, and take down the pots.
Maestro coming home soon. My dog.
right, an ace for Paul, an ace for Scott, a raise from Paul, and a fold from Scott with just 8 big blinds left. We'll wait for a better opportunity.
Same card.
Couple more hands until he has to post those blinds again.
How many things are you gonna sign for this guy after this?
Don't worry, nobody else has a chance to get into the tournament, but what? I told him that you, how many comment cards are you gonna get?
All in for Scott with the ace-3 off. Oh, terrible timing for Scott here. Chris wakes up, gets on a plane. He's flying American Airlines. He is all in as well. Scott does have Chris covered by just 9,000. So if Chris does win this hand, Scott will not be eliminated. If Scott wins this hand, however, Chris will be eliminated.
Made me think until it's over.
Off to the flop.
There you go.
Ooh, okay, that's actually a good flop for Scott. He's going to be looking for one of the remaining 3 4s. And he is not going to get it.
You have a little more.
You have a little more.
He was ready to walk away. Still got some chippies left. It's not over.
That's all I got. Patience.
All right, so I think the level here is still the 4,000, 8,000 level.
Can you get that time to get in?
In what?
The tournament?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'll go on break.
Oh, okay.
So he will have, I think, a blind. Oh, I was mistaken. It is the 12K big blind level. So Scott has less than a big blind.
All on.
Well, I hope I can help you.
And he's going to have to go with it now because next hand he would draw the big blinds and he would only be eligible to win back his ante. He's going to get 2 calls. Paul's going to come along with 9-4. Coach is coming along with ace-8 offsuits. All right, we got an ace for Coach. We do have a pair for Scott. And that is almost going to do it. Scott is going to have to get a king here.
The Assassin Crusher. So I get a king here, right?
That is not going to do it. Scott is going to be eliminated in 5th place.
All right, good game, everybody. Good luck.
He was playing, right? We were just trying to get a player out.
Huh?
We were just trying to get a player out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just happened to get a monster.
There's a look at the chip counts now. Down to our final 4 players. There are the payouts for you right there. Scott is going to go home with $810. All 4 players now have over $1,000 locked up. Coach with the ace-7 of clubs under the gun. We're going to open it up to 28,000. 12K big blinds. And it is likely going to get through. Coach continues to build her mountain of chips.
Isn't it crazy this game? You start getting at the end.
Yeah.
If he had just folded there, when it came to him, he was just gonna have the ante in, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, ante first.
Yeah.
So
Here, Paul, they're talking about
Able to win his,
if
Yeah.
Scott
that.
hadn't gone all in there with the
that's
King 5, he would have had to post the ante for the next hand. We do follow the big blind ante first format here at Prime.
66.
So the ante would have to be posted before the blind could be posted. Therefore, he would not have any chips to be eligible to win against other players, and he would only be eligible to win back his 9,000 ante.
fold. See both hands.
All right, we do have another all-in and a call. Queen 10 suited versus Queen 9. Steven is at risk with Queen 9. Going to be looking for a 9. No help so far. Ace on the turn changes.
Golly.
King.
Unbelievable.
There was a lot of chop outs after that,
But you have to call.
and that was one of them. 2 pair for both players, both playing the King.
Very lucky tonight, sir.
Good for television.
Yeah. They're all rooting for you.
Are they? All right. That's what I'm talking about. Underdog.
If you want to believe that,
Steven now with just 78,000 or 7% of
We
chips
don't
in
need to
play.
comment from that side of the table.
that's like twice King on the river at saved him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fold. Fold. Fold.
Steven's going to pick up some more chips here. Wins another uncontested pot.
Coach, have about 400? Or a little over?
A little over.
Why you guys got pride?
Nah.
Do they have, what is it called when you can cash in like multiple tournaments? Do they have that for this tournament? We could get lucky enough. We could be getting points every tournament. What's that called?
Like the leaderboard or player of the series.
I don't
Yeah,
think they have
player of
that.
the series.
I don't think we're doing that. Call. Oh yeah, for the mixed
All in.
games they are. All in.
Ace, deuce of diamonds for Coach.
I'm thinking, even though it looks like I'm brain.
Steven is all in with the threes.
That was a good poker play, right?
2 players left to act. Chris with Jack 10 of diamonds. Gonna let it go. Coach with ace deuce of diamonds. Gonna let it go as well. And Steven's gonna pick up even more chips.
Two.
I had
King, queen.
kill. Pocket threes.
132,000. He is chipping his way back up there by winning these uncontested pots.
I think the dog's hungry, isn't it? Dog's hungry, ain't he?
Luther?
Luther, yeah.
Lester.
Lex Luther. No, that's
Lester Luther.
Lex Luther.
Ooh, I imagine
Raise.
there is going to be an all-in right now from Steven. A fold, and a call from Coach.
All in.
All in. Fold.
So far, I am correct. And call.
See both hands.
Oh. I think you got me this time.
Yeah, who knows?
Ace King versus Ace Jack.
Folks have been coming up, though.
Coach has this hand locked up thus far. She is a 3-1 favorite to win this pot and eliminate Steven. Oh, Coach does not want to pair her king. And that is gonna do it.
Good game, all.
Ace King is gonna take it down.
Good game, sir. Good luck.
Good luck to your
Thank you
Phillies.
for playing, sir.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
And that is going to do it for Steven. As you see there, he's going to take home just over $1,000 for his efforts today. Nice run, Steven. Congratulations. Now we are down to just 3. So look at the chip counts. Coach with over half the chips in play. Paul 30%. And Chris with slightly less. Big blind's going to come around even faster now that we only have 3 players.
Praise 30,000.
The button becomes so much more valuable.
Pardon me?
We're winners no matter what.
Fold.
Paul raised it up with a 9-7 on the button here. Pick up some uncontested chips.
Big on that 30,000 bet there. Been working for it.
Huh? Call.
Coach is going to call. Option is back to Paul in the big blind. King deuce offsuit.
Check.
We're going to check, and we're going to go head up to a flop of 5-5 deuce.
Check.
Paul now with the best hand.
That's 15,000. Call.
Adam.
Check. Check. Bet 20,000.
Wow. Coach putting in a bluff here. Paul is not going to fall for it. Going to make the call with his deuce. And he awarded the pot.
Una más, por favor. Well, I've accomplished my goal. Get the highest amount.
Do y'all want to look at ICM or not?
Sure. If I get more than, who's from Chipley?
I'm good for what I see.
You're Chipley.
Yeah,
Look at it.
let's take a look at it.
All right.
All right.
Don't see it. Look at ICM.
Players are going to take a small break here to look at the
exact.
ICM numbers. This is going to be a repeat of what you saw on screen before, this time just with fewer players. There I am. I'm going to go over
Take a Seahawk.
Yeah.
the chip counts, and I'm going to inform the players of their potential payouts should they agree to this deal.
The chip counts will be different. 1, 2, 3, 80, 93.
393,000 for
83, right?
Paul. 383.
What we got over there, Coach?
A lot.
29.
We've got 524.
Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 505, 515, 524.
524 for Coach. With the chip lead.
524?
Yes.
And what we got next door?
We got 158.
158,000
158.
for Chris. Listen up here for the potential payouts.
2,700, 2,975, 1,980.
All right, so if you didn't hear, those numbers are
2,975
2,700 for Paul,
And I'm what?
2,975 for Coach, and 1,980 for Chris.
Let's do it.
Okay.
All right,
Congratulations.
you've got a deal.
I enjoyed it.
Just trying to right now.
All players are taking home more
all the
than
chips in the 5
third
seats.
place
We're gonna get a winner's photo here.
money.
All right.
We're going to get a picture
And I'm gonna go
of
make these
Coach.
adjustments,
She is
and I'll
going
be
to
right
take
back with your payout.
home the trophy, the most money, and be credited for first place in this event.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Good.
Nicely done, well
You know
deserved.
we can play it out.
What's that?
I said, you're being sweet. You know we can play it out.
Just a 30,000.
This is for my poker roll. I'm grateful for it.
Well, it's I'm playing in the big pickleball tournament tomorrow at Memorial Park, so
Yes.
I gotta get some sleep.
I painted
My
a portrait
dog.
of my front driveway.
Oh.
This is a great thing.
Yeah.
My dog is
What a turnout we had here for the seniors events. It was a lot of fun, a lot of regular faces, a lot of new faces, and a lot of old faces. No pun intended.
Yeah, I mean it's just so much fun.
Who's taking the photo?
Coach
We did. I see him talk.
is gonna
She won.
take it all down. The glory, the trophy, and the most money.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
To all y'all.
No, you had a lot more. You had 50K more or something.
I'll do that. Set that real quick.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Go ahead and take a seat. You have a hand that you want?
There's Alex Optional there on screen, setting up for the winner's
Ace
photo.
King knocked him out, got us to the chop, right?
Ace King. I'm cool with Ace King.
That was the hand that got
Don't
us
love
to the
it,
chop.
but you gotta play it.
Talking there about the cards to go in the winner's photo.
Ace King is a good suitor now.
Ace King, because that was the last notable hand
Getting a photo.
that got the players to this point in which they could chop with the
This is
elimination.
great. My mom and them are. My mom and I watch poker all the time. She says, "Honey, don't do anything to the last card." I said, "He's gonna get me with his pocket fours, Mom."
I did have pocket fours again on one hand.
But you know what?
I think he's finalizing
You had outs, you had
something.
draws.
Yeah.
Hoping I have ace king. I understand it.
Well, no, yeah, you
I just got lucky to get myself
plopped
back in
a
it.
gutter, and then the turn gave me a double gutter.
Double gutter on the
A
turn.
3 or 7 in the 3 game.
And the turn is probably where I should have.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
Push that chair out just away from you a little bit there.
you could have really hurt me.
All right. While they're getting that picture taken here, we'll have that up on social media here in just a little bit. Nice job, everyone. Thank you for everybody who came out and played in this event. Here's a look at our flyer for the rest of this tournament series. Tomorrow starts event number 6, the $300 buy-in, $100,000 guaranteed, no limit hold'em tournament. That is a multi-day tournament. We're going to have 2 flights a day, 11 a.m. and 5 p.m. Wednesday through Saturday. A couple of turbo flights in there as well. Tomorrow at 4 p.m. we are also going to have event number 7, the $300 buy-in horse tournament. A lot of fun.
That looks good.
On Thursday, we will continue with the RO8 event. It's another mixed event. We'll play a round of Omaha 8 or better and a round of Stud 8 or better.
After you knocked him out, so let's talk about a shot.
And of course, don't forget about the $600 buy-in, $200,000 guaranteed main events. That main event is going to kick off on Wednesday, November 1st at 11 a.m. It's going to be 2 flights a day at 11 and 5, Wednesday through Saturday, and a couple more turbos in there. Another notable event there on Monday the 30th. We have the triple stack no limit hold'em. That's a $400 buy-in. We are guaranteeing $30,000 in that prize pool. That is going to be a fun event. Mark your calendars. Make it down here. We've got plenty of fun events. The Fall Harvest Series at Prime Poker is going on now through November 6th. A lot of fun events, a lot of guaranteed prize pools, a lot of fun happening here at 7801 Westheimer Road here in Houston, Texas. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.